Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And I don't know what this video is, but we just gonna talk about it. Let's get into my St. Patrick's Day look. Some nice little shamrock bracelets, beaded bracelets. I have on my shirt. You guys can't see. Hold on. It says whatever it says. I don't know. I don't feel like reading all that, but y'all, that's that. Child, I am getting ready for work tomorrow. A double shift. Help me. Help me. But while I'm doing it, I did get a package today. And today's package contains some... Y'all, I don't know how to say this, but it looks like bespoke makeup brushes, and I am working on lettering. That's my latest little thing to do, is to perfect lettering for planning and stuff. So I got that book to assist with that part. And yeah, so I wanted to open these. I did not want to open them without getting them on camera. I got them from Amazon, and they actually were priced reasonably, like under, I mean, I think I had a discount code. Let me not tell you that. I think I had a discount code. I'm not 100% sure. The only thing I noticed is like they have a very different kind of smell to them. Like paint. This will be interesting. So what I think I'm going to do is, before I actually use them, and it is a 16 piece. Remember I told you guys I wanted a new set. 16 brushes. They come encased in plastic wrap. And yeah, so let me tell you what all is included. Of course, y'all, when I opened my package, like the package that it came in, it had a very chemically, you could smell it, like it was throwing off a odor. Anyway, so let's get into it. Well, I guess I should do it in order. It'd be nice if they had them in order. They are not. And okay, so this is the angled brush, and this is the flat angled brush. This is the face flat brush, and this is the round brush. This is the tapered brush. Next one is, hold on y'all, let me see. I can't tell, but it looks like, oh no, this is the one. This is the angled eyeshadow brush. This is the blending brush. This is, I'll tell you in a minute. 8 is the what? Concealer brush. This is the number 9 is the detail brush. What else? Where's the other brush? Detail brush. Number 10. This is the classic detailed brush. The next one is the Precise brush. And number 12 is, looks like, y'all, the angle detail brush. I can't tell. This one is, what's 13? 13. The eyeliner brush. The powder brush. The powder brush. And this is the lash and brow brush. It has a spoolie on the end and a brush on that side. And then, of course, oh, that was the angled brow and eyelash brush. This is the lash and eyebrow brush. 16 pieces, guys. So that's what I got there. Nothing major. So I am now going to be able to use them since I showed them to you guys. And what I want to do, I'm going to take them out of the packages. I've had issues with like this part coming completely off from the actual stick. That's probably because I used some cheap brushes, probably. But I've had that problem. But I've also had it with some fairly decent ones too. And the powder brush comes with a plastic case on that part. Same thing. They're made, their quality, as far as if I have to manhandle these, drop them, whatever the case may be, these, I don't think I'll have a problem with them. The thing I'm worried most about with these brushes is possibly shedding, and the way that they're not 100%. If you see, they're not trimmed neatly and packed tightly. They're loose. That might be an issue. And come to think of it, guys, I'm not being funny. I just brought makeup brushes. No, I brought the eye brushes. So I have multiple eye brushes. I had bought a 6-piece set, come to think of it. Now this one feels, I don't think I'll have any shedding with this brush. It's packed tightly. This one's another one. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. I want to see the face brushes. Oh, the face brushes are packed tightly. Look. Only thing is, look at that right there. Can y'all see it? It's like a little piece that's out of place, right? I don't know. Can y'all see it? I doubt it. So what I'm going to do is, since I see it, I'm going to go ahead and trim it. Hopefully that doesn't cause any shedding. But it's packed pretty tightly. Same for this one. It's packed tightly. I don't anticipate any problems. Other than it's just like little stray hairs. Kind of like when you have split ends. The brush has split ends, y'all. But anyway. Again, another face brush that they feel good though, guys. Oh, they feel good. What I was saying about the chemical smell, to keep my skin from having any further reactions to anything, what I'm going to do with these is I have makeup brush cleaner that I am going to spritz onto it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do to kind of get rid of that chemical smell. I don't want to take any chances with my skin because y'all know, I told y'all before, I have real sensitive skin. So anything could trigger anything to happen. And so I want to eliminate that, especially while I'm under a treatment plan with my primary care doctor and my dermatologist. I'm not willing to do anything else. Plus, I'm going to schedule a visit with the esthetician when I go to my dermatologist. This is decent quality too. And so I don't want to aggravate my skin at all. Like, I haven't done any face mask. I had to have put something on my skin because right here, it's like the pimple is forming like right here. So tonight when I just do a basic face wash, I'll end up spot treating that because I need to pull it to the surface, whatever it is. Not a bad quality right here either. Kind of digging that one. And this one's packed tightly too. Let's see. This one's stiff too. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to spray the brushes. I did not take the fan brush out of its packaging, the little cover that's on it, to keep it intact. But let's see. And I need this one anyway. Let's see if I can get it together to where it goes back. It's not going back in its little plastic sleeve. And I don't have the patience because, guys, honestly, it's late. I have a ton of clothes that I need to, y'all, I hit my head on the door. Jesus. So I'm putting them back in here. I'll tinker with these another time. I don't have the energy tonight to do it. I am supposed to be packing my bag so that I can go to work. So you guys know I have to study for my ACT residual for school. So I am taking that, and I told you guys previously about that. It is required for me to get back into my program of study. I have to take the residual. That's the only thing, because like my GPA, according to my dean of study, the dean of nursing, my GPA is a 3.5, and I need to maintain it. And y'all, it's a bunch of other stuff. So I have to take the residual in order to get into my program of study. And I'm like, guys, I took the SAT because that was really, really popular in New York. ACT, not so much back when I was taking it. So I took the PSAT and the SAT. I have those scores. But Alabama was like, no, go get your ACT residual. I was like, oh, I knew I should have took the ACT back in the day. So needless to say, that's just a brush up on that stuff. I do want to talk a little bit about, real quick, about going back to school, some of my fears, some of my concerns. Like, it's something that has to be done. Like, my degree has been lingering for a minute now. So has my certification. I think I told the story that I had started school and I was halfway. I had finished 1 year and I had like 1 more year to go. And so I stopped. Anywho, now I want to go back and I got the news that I have to start completely over. So at first the dean was like, oh, you have to take the placement test. I'm like, what? I passed it. I've taken Math 100 and all these courses. Like, I've taken speech, Spanish, everything. Like, I was actually in my nursing school. I was like, why would I have to do that? Like, why? Why, sis? Why? But yeah, it's just not. I am glad that I'm going back now because my children are older. Even my daughter is older, so she doesn't require as much from me as she did if I would have went back when she was younger. Even though I would be a lot further ahead, and I'm not that I'm behind. Like, I'm moving at my pace, the pace that was designed specifically for me. I'm not really in a race with anybody other than myself. So when I say that I feel like I should have been a lot further, it's because of what expectation I had for myself. And that expectation meant that I expected to be done as a nurse practitioner, working in that field, travel nursing, doing that. And that's what I mean. But motherhood and being single as a mom means that I have to work, and I have to actually find the balance. And I am here in Alabama with very minimal help with the kids. So when they were younger, it was a lot harder to get what I needed to get done. And my support system was really, really weak. So now I've been leaning on all my friends, like telling them, hey, I'm going back to school. I'll need, if I need to call you and cry, just listen, pay me no attention. Because honestly, guys, nursing school will beat your butt. I had been going to sleep, with books in my bed, late nights, having to get up early mornings. And now I'm going to be doing that. I was actually on my clinical floors. So I was running school testing in the middle schools. I was doing the screenings for like scoliosis and all the other little screenings that the kids have, vision and dental and all that stuff. So I was running those types of screenings in the school. And then at night, I had class. I had clinicals. I was on med surge. I was in ortho. I worked ortho. And I did maternal child. That I had to go to another a GYN's office, OBGYN's office, and work. And that was at night. I would have to go into the hospital too at night to do night clinicals. And y'all, I had no life. Everywhere I went, my kids had a party. I'll never forget. They had a party, and I had like my backpack, my laptop, and everything. I was like, y'all, party. I'm here, but I'm studying. I had flashcards. If I was at a appointment, I was flipping through my flashcards. I had the study guides. I had those. I was doing that part. And y'all, like, it was the business for real. I was deep in, and I had plenty of meltdowns. Excuse me. I remember coming home from school. Y'all, I had a full-blown anxiety attack. I had to pull over. Y'all, it took me every bit of 20 minutes to calm down, because I was the mom. At that time, I was a mom of 3. I was in the role of a wife. And not, I said in the role. I was not a wife. Let's be clear. And managing the kids, the house, and a man, it was like, dang. I guess it was all too much, because clinicals were stressing me out bad. Clinicals No, it wasn't clinicals. I'm sorry. I take that back. Labs. Your skills labs. My skills labs were driving me crazy. I can get the most complex concepts and lessons, but the simplest thing. And y'all, when I tell you I had a full-fledged meltdown about some mitered corners, those army military corners that you have to do on your bed, I had a full-fledged crying spout because I could not get it. I had to go through my skills lab like twice just for a mitered corner. Because where I was like, in the hospital, you don't even have to do that. Like, what are we doing here? So I had to learn like the basics of mitered corner. I was just like, I didn't think I would be doing that. Y'all, but when it come down to giving an injection, starting an IV, counting drips, and calculating dosages, I'm a whiz at it. It comes naturally to me. It's the other stuff, like the less technical stuff. I can get the computerized documentation, the Pyxis, which is the medication system that people have to use. All of that, I can do all of that. I can pass anatomy and physiology. I can tell you bones, muscles, all that. But mitered corners, I couldn't do. I just had a full-fledged meltdown. Like, it was awful. I was just like, I'm never gonna get it. I can't pass unless I learn how to make mitered corners. I was like, y'all, I used to go home and I would practice. I would have to practice on our bed, and I would just keep practicing, and it never clicked. And then I had a great what's the clinical instructor, who she took her time with me one day, and she was like, are you seriously about to have a meltdown? I said, I'm about to fall out about this about this mitered corner. And she was very patient, and she was like, okay, you didn't get it. She said, go to the back. She said, now watch. And she was like, I'm gonna do it. She said, now you do it. Then she was like, okay, that's not working. She was like, I'm doing one step at a time, and you follow one step at a time. Y'all, I was having a full-fledged meltdown, but that's not my concern now. My concern now is just like working on top of clinicals, children, the house. You know, that's my concern. That's a legit fear. Like, still working my hours and getting my study time in, because in our nursing program, you get like 7 or 14? It's somewhere between 7 and 14 chapters on the very first day of school that you need to read. They are not short chapters. They are very lengthy chapters. They are very information loaded chapters. And it's, you know, you get 14 for nursing 102, then, which is your fundamentals, and then for pharmacology you get another 7. And like each one of your classes, you have a bulk of reading that you have to do, and then you have PowerPoint slides. You have your first exam, I think, less than a week after you start class. You have clinical lab skills that you have to go to too. Then in the middle of all that, you got drug testing that you have to do, and all these things. So it's like, those are the things that concern me. And then finding the time to attend my children's school stuff, and, you know, go to the games, and finding that work-life school balance now. It's no longer just work-life balance. It's work-life school balance plus whatever other side things I have going on, and trying to stay on top of everything. Can I do it? Yeah. I don't doubt myself in that aspect, but it's still, anytime it's unknown, there's a fear. But part of it is stepping out on faith and believing that there is an order in which things have to occur. So you have to go through whatever it is that you need to go through to get to where you're trying to go. So if I want these certifications, if I want these degrees, if I want these initials after my name, then it requires dedication, tears. It's gonna require work. Nothing worth having is easily acquired. Okay, y'all hear that all the time, and I know it, but I'm preaching it today. Anything that you want in this life, you're going to have to work for it. It's not going to come easy to you unless if it's ordained, if it's destined to be, that's when it will become easy. You will get to hear more yeses than you hear no when you are following the course. So if I'm staying my course and I'm doing what I need to do, then I shouldn't have any problems staying true. And then I'm also finding balance with my spirituality. So that means that I do require a certain amount of time where I have to spend it in peace, meditation, and stuff like that before I get my day started. Otherwise, my day is fragmented if I don't do that. So it's like a necessary thing. But all in all, it's what I've asked for. It is what I've worked hard for. It was $1,200 to be able to even go back, because I had to pay that before I could go back, because I dropped my classes and withdrew before the financial aid deadline. And yeah, and then I also have to work because I do have to pay. It may not be this semester, it may not be next semester, but probably the following, my last semester, I'll have to pay my tuition in cash. Which means I need to continue to work. And so I don't know how much nursing has changed in the last couple of years since I stopped. So I'm sure there are a lot of new concepts, a lot of new medications, procedures, and things like that I probably will have to learn. I'm not fearful of that, because honestly, I stay in the field that I'm in now, which is mental health, because it still allows me to keep certain skills fresh. When it comes down to vital signs, I'm having to do vital signs. I do that. I do medication administration, restraints. I have to take people to the doctor, so I have to be knowledgeable of conditions, medications, the effects, and things like that. So it keeps some of my skills fresh. And I also have to renew CPR and first aid. Those skills I have to have. And so that means that when I get ready to go into my nursing program, I don't have to take AED or first basic life skills. I said basic life skills, basic life saving. I don't have to take that because I take it for work and I'm already certified, and my certification is good for 2 years. So if I'm starting in 18, I just renewed if I'm starting in 19, I just renewed in 18. I don't have to renew again until 2020. Yeah. So there's that. So, things that I do have to do a physical, which reminds me, that's why I'm going to the doctor in May, because I do have to do a physical, and I have to make sure all of my boosters and vaccines are up to date. And I have to, I'm trying to think what else I need to do. Anyway, I'm just going to go because normally my annual is in May anyway. So I'm just going to make sure that I can get the forms filled out for school that I'll need when it's time, and everything will be up to date. I know that I'm due for a tetanus. Y'all, I try to slide because tetanus boosters, they hurt. They hurt. I don't like, let me tell you, a medical person or a person that's in the field of medicine, they are the worst patients in the world. I am. I hate MRIs. I hate CT scans. I have panic attacks when I have to deal with those. So what the technician does when I have to have a MRI or a CT scan, he blindfolds me. He blindfolds me because if I can't see it, I can't be afraid of it. So, and I don't have, and it's an exaggerated fear. Last time I had a MRI, I freaked out on the table, and I hopped off, and I was crying in full panic mode, like freaking the hell out. And all of my techniques that I normally can put myself in a hypnotic state. I can do that. I've done that when I was in labor with Tiana. But this time, nothing. Thinking about my kids didn't relieve. Normally, thinking about my daughter relieves my anxiety. Thinking about her, thinking about the boys, nothing was relieving my anxiety. Thinking about my grandmother, none of it. All of the techniques that I used to trick my mind, it didn't work. Like, I flipped out. Y'all should have seen me. I was like this. My hands were shaking. I was like, I was crying. Y'all, I was a hot mess and didn't care. And I was ready to curse the technicians out and everything. I was like, I didn't care. So, anytime I have to get like shots, I don't care about like a blood draw. I will freak out about a blood gas because they go into your artery through here. I freak out about that. You're not going to end up being able to get anything. I don't like IVs in my hand. I will freak out if you try to stick me in my hand. I don't like it. So I always get an IV in my forearm or up here. Or in my wrist. But do not stick me in my hand. I can't stand that. I have had a biopsy before. Like, those are okay. Stitches, y'all know I told y'all about my chin and my lip. Nope. You're not. No. Nope. Anything that requires them to go in with a local anesthetic and stick me directly in the wound. Nope. And I don't know if part of it is because like I had a C-section with Justin and I had a horror experience with that, and I'll do a video about that. But y'all, can't get me. So guys, this is just me talking about some of the things that I'm a little anxious about when it comes to school and navigating life while multitasking and running businesses and things of the sort and getting other little things going on. Like, I'm good. I think I'm good. I know that I'll be good. It's just getting started doing everything. Anyway, y'all, my daughter is on the floor. She was watching, what is that, y'all? Nailed it. She was watching that a few minutes ago, and now she's snoring. By the way, I caught her. She had my makeup on her face, and she lied about it. So I was like, oh, yeah. So you're playing in my makeup. Don't do it, Captain. So, again, guys, as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay up on what I'm doing now, what's next. And I haven't really recorded me being out and about or doing anything. Yeah, I haven't had time. Like, the only time I really get to record is like if I'm off from work. And when I'm off from work, I'm either asleep, catching up on TV, uploading videos that I already have. And I forget to record when I'm out. I need a camera person. But y'all, that's going to change. As I start to do more videos, that will change. So follow me on this journey, because we are going to go on a journey when it's time for me to go take my ACT residual. I will need you guys' support, definitely. So my date to test to sit for the test is April 25th, which is also my brother's birthday. I have to be there at 1:30. Knowing me, I will get there at 1 o'clock. And yeah, be early for the test. I do have to pick up a scientific calculator. I keep forgetting that I need one for the test, but I'll go pick one up. Anywho, see you guys in the next video.